Yeah, for the grid, one thing that's very important, you have to ask yourself, that picture that I'm going to post, does it either show status or me having access to limited resources, right? And it can even be just a cool restaurant where you're just getting a picture of yourself, or some cool pictures, even with your guy friends, but the environment should convey some sort of exclusive vibe. So here in Munich, we have a very famous cigar lounge, and we spent some time there. And every time we got some pictures there, it looks cool, it looks exclusive. So you can do that, and it's quite easy to fix that. Or you being in some cool historical environments in your city, maybe there's like a cool place for tourists where people go, and you can snap some pictures in there. You shouldn't use those pictures for the long run. So there will be a point, if you do that consistently, where you might have to delete those pictures to keep your value up on your profile. But these would be the easiest things that I would start with, to fix my Instagram first, and of course use some of those pictures to post on my dating profiles. But for dating profiles, I would much more than go with some simple portrait pictures that show my physicality, how I look, some close-ups, and of course some pictures where I'm maybe with some dogs or some social settings. Because what I found is that when I post pictures to my Instagram and to my online dating profiles where I'm just in a social setting with friends, where there's like nothing too much sexual going on, or where it seems like that I'm surrounded by girls, because this could fuck up some girls from online dating, then the likelihood increases a lot for you to get a match if you show a picture, if you're just surrounded with friends.
Yeah, for sure. Because like I think 90% of my dating app profile pictures are the ones I also post on Instagram, right? So it totally depends. So it's like totally usable.
Yeah.
Like you still need to show status.
Yeah.
Still need to have like an archetype.
Yeah.
So there could be like an archetype of you being an artist,
Yeah.
of you being a social guy, of you being a successful businessman guy, of you being like a motherfucker fuckboy, right? Different things you can do.
So that's about the persona you want to convey. So you should have your own persona and some slight idea about what your target audience is. Because if you show yourself in like leather jackets and a Harley Davidson, and you're that typical fuck boy on those dating profiles, and then there's a different personality on your Instagram, this might break the interaction with some girls. So there should be a consistency with that, right? We both are those, what I like to call cool guys hanging out in cool places, surrounded by cool people. So this is like my personality, and I have 100% consistency on my dating profiles and on my Instagram with that. So let's say you have your Instagram fixed. So you have cool looking pictures, you're a cool guy in cool environments, you have some friends that you hang around, your Instagram is very good. And what is very important, to just have your Instagram, but use it. So convey your personality in your stories. Show that you're active. Show that you're going to the gym. Show that you hang around with cool friends, that you're outgoing, that you're at restaurants. You don't necessarily have to push it like on an extreme level like me and Ants are doing. So if you go to our Instagrams and you scroll, especially through our story highlights, you will definitely know what I mean. But it could be something very simple. Show your day-to-day life. That way you can give the girls a way to get to know you closer and reach out to you and stay more in touch with you, and you will stay on their radar, right? Let's say you have a open chat on some dating profiles, for example, Hinge. You have a good match, you're chatting back and forth. How do you move things forward? So I assume you move things forward to Instagram. So this is quite easy. Hey, let's chat on Instagram. I'm more active there.
Well, the way I go about it is like, first I need to see if she's interested in meeting up, right? So I show some value, I show some attraction. I mean, we can make a video about texting. The text game on dating apps at some point, because I'm getting very consistent with this. Right? So let's say you show some value, you text back and forth, and then it comes to a point where she's like willing to meet up, right? If it comes to the point like she wants to come to like your place directly, right? Then I would say like sometimes I just do WhatsApp, right? If you're meeting at a public place near your home, like Instagram might like even, it's not necessary if he's like coming straight over. But if it's like 1 week ahead or like 2 days ahead, or she shows up like she shares some objections, well, I don't know if I can trust you, that kind of thing. If you're not like willing to come to your place directly, then Instagram makes more sense, because you can trigger more attraction, more value. So like if she sees you with other people, you're social, he can trust, like
Yeah.
you can have like more trust for her.
Yeah.
Then I would just say, hey, yeah, that's cool. We can let's chat on Instagram. We can plan the rest there. This is what I do. Okay, I will see when we can meet up already on dating app. Some guys they just say way too early. I've made those mistakes as well. If you just even like if your Instagram is cool, your profile is cool, and if you go for Instagram close way too early, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
She needs to be attracted. She needs to be willing to meet up with you. And then I'll say, well, yeah, that sounds cool. Let's chat on Instagram to plan the rest. And then you drop your Instagram handle and tell her to text you, or she drops hers, and then you just chat there.
Yeah.
So basically how I do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, I closed a girl on Tinder too. So I'm not banned on Tinder. But I moved things with her. So what happened to me, I wanted to exchange numbers with her for WhatsApp. And she said, nah, number exchange is too early for me. And then I said, all right, we can go to Instagram. So this is what happened recently to me. And since we are on Instagram, she seems to be more invested. So I remember the first few messages that she sent to me were like, hey, I see you're hanging around with a lot of girls. Why are you on Tinder? And I keep asking you questions because you show way more personality on your Instagram. And of course, that raises questions. But she's like you mentioned in the beginning, she's more intrigued into your profile because I noticed that girl, she was suddenly liking like 6, 7, or 8 pictures of mine. So she did some investigation there and she's more invested, she's more qualifying, more asking you questions, and that way she's getting more invested into you and more invested into the meetup.